Hi. Okay, this is page 17 of my autobiography, and again, I know it gets really dark, but I promise it gets better. God always saves me. That's it. He always saves me. So, but first, the dark part. So, the manipulation which I knew from my tender childhood years was back through another predator. Every day when I'd see him, my head would reel at a new set of thoughts and ideas that my poor brain would have to muster through. At first, I was so confused as why he wouldn't let my boys be altar servers. He was the one training them. If he didn't think they were doing it right, he should have just corrected them, right? Wasn't his responsibility to teach, just as it was mine, my husband's responsibility to make sure they respect and obey his teaching? Everything was so backwards and upside down. I'd watch my boys kneel beside the altar, reverently, quietly, attentively, following Father's cues. I felt very proud. It just wasn't right. I knew that I must speak to Father once again. So days later, I confronted Father about him trying to kiss me. He said he was just kidding, like I had initially reacted and responded to him. If time could stand still, I'm sure this is what it had felt like in that moment as I looked deep into his black eyes. The coldness, the emptiness, the vast contrast of anything light was staring back at me as I muttered, "I believe you," almost as if it were a question. Instantly, darkness overwhelmed his beady eyes and mischievous smile, like Satan had just won a battle. It truly made me shudder from head to toe. It was a very familiar manipulative deceit which I knew all too well. From that day on, I stayed my distance, only getting close enough to receive Holy Communion. I knew he was still a priest who had the authority given by God to offer the holy sacrifice of the Mass, despite his sinful impurities. He had just gone astray, very astray. I have to scroll down a little. Ooh. Still uncomfortable receiving Jesus from this unholy priest, I wasn't about to leave God or stop going to daily Mass. This was the only parish that offered Mass for over 60 miles. Driving with gas prices constantly increasing, along with taking too much time away from Catholic homeschooling 6 children, prohibited me from leaving. Prohibited me from leaving. My only choice was to continue where I was, so I did. For over a year, the stress it caused me was significant. It took a toll not only on my mental health, but on my physical health as well. Yet God, in the Holy Eucharist, kept me strong. I just kept telling myself over and over, I'm going here to the church to be with Jesus, not his gone astray spouse. I wasn't the only one, of course. Predators are just that. They prey when they see opportunity. Several other women had told the bishop their own stories about him. I do not know their stories, neither should I know their stories, but I do know it took a year or two for him to be taken back to his country. And that is the end of page 17 of my autobiography. I promise it gets lighter. Okay, God bless. Bye.